SNAP is cooked. What they're saying is there's a lot of fraud. People who shouldn't be getting SNAP are getting SNAP, and more importantly, they're dead people getting SNAP, but maybe that's just the excuse. The reality is this country is spending way too much money, and it is not sustainable. The interest on the national debt has become one of the top expenses for this country. I believe it's at number 4, and so we need to get spending down. Interestingly, one way to do it, or at least one area we can cut, is SNAP. It's also bad culturally when people are getting free food and exploiting the system. So what they're doing is they're going to completely deconstruct the program and require everyone to re-sign up, meaning a good majority of these people will not qualify. We can't live this way. And I don't mean morally, I mean mathematically. You can't have a society that keeps shuffling money to those who are not producing. Any system with greater output than input will collapse. And that's been the American system for a very long time. Sooner or later, the bill comes due. Now, we've been running forward as a little bit slower than we've been getting pulled back. That is, we produce, let's say we generate, let's do hypotheticals. You make $100 per day, but you're spending $1.05 per day. You are slowly losing money from your savings. Eventually, you decide to do a stimulus and print more money, creating inflation and causing problems. Sooner or later, the bill comes due. And now, as everybody has said, the SNAP thing is being heavily exploited. This may be the end of SNAP. Newsweek reports the U.S. Department of Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins has said the department will completely deconstruct the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program in an effort to remove fraud and corruption from the program. The USDA told Newsweek Secretary Rollins wants to ensure the fraud, waste, and incessant abuse of SNAP ends. Rates of fraud were only previously assumed, and President Trump is doing something about it. Using standard recertification processes for households is a part of that work, as well as ongoing analysis of state data, further regulatory work, and improved collaboration with states. Well, my friends, I want to pull up this account so you can understand why exactly it is we think this needs to happen. I give you EBT of TikTok, which launched in the wake of the SNAP food crisis, and you got a bunch of videos. Here we go. A woman saying, tell your kids to be quiet and pretend you're not home if CPS shows up. Mother of 12 got her EBT and shows herself cooking her family steak. Now, I'm not completely opposed to all EBT. I think some people who need help should get help. Woman compares SNAP to feeding wildlife. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's illegal to feed wildlife in the national parks because they get dependent on handouts and forget how to survive. Indeed. Woman shows off what she bought using her EBT. I'm not going to be bothered by what people say. Poor people deserve treats.
Can use their EBT on them, what they can't. So I got me some Alani. I already put it in the fridge, but it has the new Winter Wonderland, and it's so good. I love it. And then I got me a little treat, a little nice cold Red Bull. And then to match my Coke, like themed kitchen, I have the canisters and everything. I found this cute little gift set at Walmart, and it's EBT eligible because it has the little popcorn in it, so it qualified for EBT.
Wow.
And you know, I don't care.
A glass set because it comes with a little bit of popcorn.
I'm not going to be bothered by what people say. Poor people deserve treats.
Hardworking people deserve treats too. And the problem is some people make just enough money to where they're not going to qualify for EBT, and they can't buy these treats, but they're working hard and paying your bills. So you know what, my friends? I'm not a fan. And I think most of you agree this isn't the way things are supposed to be. But we're going to pause right there to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Backyard Butchers. Go to backyardbutchers.com/Tim. Pick up some delicious meats, real good meats. My friends, you've heard of Big Pharma. Have you heard of Big Ag? That's right. Big AG, they've been trying to infiltrate the food system with genetically modified foods and hormones that affect your family's health and our children's future. That's why Backyard Butchers is stepping in early this season to make sure American families can feed their loved ones the way tradition intended. This Thanksgiving, say no to feedlot mystery meat, no to big ag chemicals and hormones. Buy from Backyard Butchers real ranch-raised beef from American families who still believe in doing things right. It's beef that's hormone-free, grass-fed, pasture-raised, handled with pride, not genetically modified. Because American tradition deserves better than big ag meat. And yes, your grandmother would approve. She believed food should have integrity and meat should come from ranchers, not conglomerates. Unless your grandma likes conglomerates, which I doubt. Right now, Backyard Butchers is offering up to 30% off plus a free turkey or ham with your purchase. That's 30% off, and your Thanksgiving turkey or ham is on them. Order at backyardbutchers.com and use promo code TIM. That's Backyard Butchers, promo code TIM. I promise it will be a feast your family will remember. American tradition, American meat, Backyard Butchers. Check this out. We've got this story from Oregon Live. Everyone on SNAP will need to reapply for benefits, Trump official says. Well, too bad, I suppose. Too bad, I suppose. Every person who receives SNAP benefits will soon have to reapply. Rollins appeared on Newsmax Rob Schmidt tonight to talk about the Trump administration. They're serious about clamping down on fraud within the SNAP system. She made an X post featuring a clip from Fox News interview at the beginning of the month talking about a Trump executive order, which attempted to compel states to transmit SNAP benefits and data to the USDA's Food Nutritional Service. Only 29 states are willingly participated, Rollins claimed in an X post. Let's pull it up. Check this clip out. Let's go.
Day one of USDA, February 13th, is we sent letters to every governor in America being very clear that no illegal aliens can use SNAP. 0, 0, 0. We asked every state for the first time in history, and this was in February, to send us their data and let us, with DOJ and a war room, actually start going through this data to better understand how this explosion of SNAP benefits happened under Joe Biden. We increased almost 40% on this program in just a couple of years under the Biden administration. Of course, we know they were trying to buy the election, but that's a conversation for another time. And since we have asked for that data, 29 states have complied. Of course, almost all the red states, a couple of couple blue states too. But in that data, and I haven't talked about this yet publicly, in that data we've studied about $100 billion in spend. We have found thousands and thousands of illegal use of the EBT card. We have been moving people off of SNAP. We've got almost 700,000 people, I think, we've moved off just since the president took office. We've arrested about 118 people. So this has been ongoing. But, Rachel, to your point, what this conversation has allowed is a national spotlight on a broken and corrupt program. We found one guy in 6 different states getting a benefit. We found about 5,000 people that are dead who are still getting benefits. It is time to drastically reform this program so that we can make sure that those who are truly needy, truly vulnerable, are getting what they need, and the rest of the corruption goes away and we can serve the American taxpayer.
It is remarkable to me that it's been able to go on this way for so long. Again, input, output. We are a system that is exerting more than we are bringing in. And the way they're sort of cheating the system is they print money. Money is created upon the issuance of debt. What I don't understand, I would actually say it looks like the system is on the verge of imploding. I think we've got dark days ahead. I'm seeing developments, new houses popping up all over the place. The question is, who's going to live in them? Trump secured the border and deporting people, and Gen Z doesn't have kids, and millennials don't have kids. Gen Alpha is only 40 million. What is funding this mass development, and what do they think is going to happen? Well, my friends, I will segue a bit and a hard route to what I think is a big problem that no one is talking about, and it's AI revolution. There's a new show called Pluribus, which I recommend you check out if you can. It's on Apple TV. Spoilers. The general theme of the show is well known, so I won't spoil any core elements, but I will explain. The show is about an alien virus that turns everybody into a hive mind. And there's a couple people who are immune to the virus. The point is, I recommend you check the show out so you can understand what I'm saying. It's about AI. It seems like predictive programming for what an AI future is going to be. The main character can ask of the hive of all humans for anything, and your wish is granted. You want to fly on a jet? You want someone to dig a hole in your backyard for no reason? Do you want to be handed a weapon? The Hive will just do it. And it makes no real sense as a show. Like, if the idea is that humans become networked, why would they just give weapons? That doesn't make sense. And so, I think what they're actually trying to liken it to is what the future is going to be for the future is supposed to be under AI. You as a human will ask the collective conscious of all humanity, compiled together through computers, and it will grant you access to whatever you want, digitally or virtually or otherwise. The main character is insufferable, and it seems like they're trying to make you hate her and like the hive mind. One character even saying, this doesn't seem bad to me. We get whatever we want. I think that's the narrative they're trying to explain. They're trying to create an image of what society will be like when most humans die off, nobody has kids, and you are serviced by the hive machine. That's where I think we're going. And I think you look at this stuff, the reason why I bring it together, this system cannot survive. It is impossible. We are putting too much out and not bringing enough in. The people that are celebrating getting popcorn with their Coke glasses, they are not producing as much as they are consuming. Sooner or later, that system will break. Our debt to GDP. You know what? Let me show you this at the debt clock. We got to pull the debt clock. That's how we do it. U.S. national debt clock. Here we go. And look at the debt to GDP ratio. It's 121%. The debt is higher than the GDP, okay? The U.S. national debt divided by the gross domestic product. We are not producing enough. We cannot keep giving away free food and free money to people who don't produce. The end is nigh unless we get a handle on this. Now, I feel MAGA is the handle on this. Shutting down SNAP, telling the people who are consuming and not producing, enough. Cut the fraud, cut the abuse, and help people who actually are willing to work. You know who deserves the treat? The hardworking dad who comes home and says, we make just enough. He deserves a treat. You know who doesn't? The person who doesn't work and says, you should be paying my bills. We'll see how it plays out. Smash the like button, share the show with everyone you know. Stay tuned. We got more coming up for you today. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all in the next segment.